The following is a live presentation of Retro Sports Network, home of the champions of the past, present, and or future. Well, we're going to go live with this thing tonight. My name is Ron Juckett. Welcome to the program for this Valentine's Day 2023. Hopefully you and your sweetie had a good time and she won't be upset that you spent the next hour watching a baseball game that didn't happen from 2001. Or it did happen. It's just not 2001 anymore. So February 14th, 2023, our first live stream with the new computer. And I think we figured some things out since our bonus stream we released the other day. Such as making sure that the entire field is on the screen. That's pretty good. So to make up for that, you get 4 games this week. This is from Tuesday, May 8th, 2001. And it will be Randy Johnson and the Arizona Diamondbacks going against the Cincinnati Reds. Good luck to the Reds. But they're still in first place at 17-14. The D-backs are 17-15. Tomorrow at lunch, it'll be the Mets and the Rockies. So maybe plenty of NLDS previews coming, at least the early part of this week. So, for the first time on this computer, we're live. We're not Memorex. I'm ready. You're ready. Let's light this candle, shall we? As Retro Sports Network presents 2001 in Action PC Season Odyssey. Tonight, from Bank One Ballpark in Phoenix, Arizona, all the way to Tacoma, Philadelphia, Atlanta, LA, it is the Arizona Diamondbacks and the Cincinnati Reds. And tonight's game is brought to you by DigitalDice.com. The best darn podcast on the web for your sports simulation and replay needs. Find us today on Spotify, Spreaker, iTunes, or wherever else fine podcasts are listed. Oh, gotta change this. Don't ask me again. No. Which do I want? Cancel. So it'll be Randy Johnson getting the call here. Randy, 37 years old, making his 8th start of the year. He is 4-1 with a 1.26 ERA and a WHIP of 680 in his first 7 starts there. How you doing, Bernie? He's 37. For a slider pitcher, it's as filthy as you can think of. A 94-mile-an-hour fastball and a ground ball pitcher, and this will be his 4th Cy Young Award year. Well, at least it was in real life. So, 2nd in ERA with 1.26, 15th in wins with 4, and his 74 strikeouts going into the 8th day of May is good for 2nd. In the National League, his high, by the way, is 12 against Atlanta. But in his last 5 starts, he has struck out 10 or more. He has not pitched since May 3rd. 6-3 loss to the Expos. Did not get a decision in that one. 6 innings, 86 pitches. His low of the season, by the way. Bernie, if any of this sounds funky or whatever, just let me know so we can continue to work on this. 3 hits, 2 runs, both earned, 2 solo homers, and he struck out 10. So here are the gaudy numbers for the big unit. 50 innings, 29 hits, 7 runs, all earned. He's given up 3 homers. He has walked 5 while striking out 74. His low of the year, by the way, is 9. Thanks. Good to know. So 4-1 with an earned run average of 126. And this will be the lineup he'll face. Donnie Sadler is in left field. He'll lead it off. Castro is at first. He'll bat second. The Reds are just waving the white flag already. Barry Larkin at short will bat third. Ochoa in right cleans up. Boone is at third. He'll bat fifth. I think it's Aaron. Rivera in center will bat sixth. Pokey Reese in second, batting seventh. Kelly Sinet behind the plate bats eighth. Retzma on the mound will bat ninth. He should go about 100 pitches. Defensively for Arizona, Luis Gonzalez at 8 and a 5 in the left. Steve Finley a 7 and a 5 in center. Reggie Sanders, the former Red, is a 5 and a 6 in right. Craig Counsell is a 3 at third. Tony Womack a 3 at short. Jay Bell a 3 at second. Mark Grace a 7 at first. None of those gloves are you should be writing to your mom about. Miller behind the plate is a 7 and a 5, and Randy's an 8 on the mound. When he does field, I'm sure it's pretty awkward for a guy that's 6'10". It's 879. So with all that, here we go. First new live stream on this computer, and if you got any questions about it, ask. Donnie Sadler steps in at 107. No homers and 2 RBI. Johnson winds and deals right back up the box. Randy throws to first, 1 out. 86 degrees here in Phoenix. The roof is open. Wind's blowing in from right at 4. Here's Juan Castro at 182. No homers and 2 RBI. Got him. And that's going to be a common phrase tonight. Castro swung on and missed a 2-2 slider. And that'll bring up Larkin. Barry at 234. 2 homers and 13 RBI. Randy winds and deals. Larkin drops it foul. No, it's actually going to be a fair ball bunt. And there will be no no-hitter as Larkin will reach on the infield single. Brings up Alex Ochoa at 319, 4 homers and 18 RBI. Up the middle, base hit. Finley will pick it up. Larkin will round second and hold. And that's the second Reds hit of the inning. It is indeed Aaron Boone. Yankee fans all boo at once. 272, 2 homers, and 17 RBI. So 2 on, 2 out. No score. Top the first. How long did it take me to transfer all the games? Still not done yet. I haven't really put in the Steam games. The Strat games are on the computer but not installed. But I have a backup hard drive, so most of them are there. Aaron sends this one into right center. Finley moving over, makes the catch, and that will retire the side. After half an inning, no runs, 2 hits, no errors. The Reds leave on 2, no score. Poor Mary Ann over at ASG is about to get waylaid with requests for new stuff as that stuff starts to go in. Chris Retzma is on the hill. He's 3-0 for the Reds. A 3.11 ERA. This is his 7th start of the year. Chris has won all 3 of his decisions. He's 23, changeup pitcher, 85, and a fly ball pitcher. His 3.11 earned run average is good for 29th in the National League. Last pitched against the Dodgers 5 days ago in a 3-2 loss, 5 1/3 innings, 87 pitches, 5 hits, 2 runs, 1 earned. He walked 1 and struck out 3. So Chris, although his numbers aren't Randy Johnson's, they're not terrible. 37 2/3, 33 hits, 14 runs, 13 earned, 4 homers allowed. He's walked 11, struck out 12. The magic of Steam is that when you're ready to transfer everything over, you just hit a button in there. Yeah, Mary Ann is great, Bernie. Always accommodate your requests for new game files. They keep great records if you own something. I own a lot of their stuff, too, so I'll be picking some stuff up as a thank you as well. Steve Finley, by the way, leads off for Arizona. He's in center field. Jay Bell will bat second and play second. Luis Gonzalez in left will bat third. Reggie Sanders cleans up in right. My voice is shot. Mark Grace at first will bat fifth. Miller behind the plate bats sixth. Tony Womack at short will go seventh. Craig Counsell at third bats eighth. Tuesday night baseball indeed, and Randy Johnson, who threw 16 pitches in his half of the first, will bat ninth. Donnie Sadler a 2 and a 4 in left for Cincinnati. Rivera a 7 and a 4 in center. Ochoa a 6 and an 8 in right. Aaron Boone a 6 at third. Barry Larkin a 6 at short. Pokey Reese an 8 at second. Castro a 3 at first. And Stinnett is a 4 and a 2 behind the plate. Retzma is an 8 on the mound. Finley at 252. 4 homers and 10 RBI. Both of their horse racing games at ASG are fun. The Thoroughbred Racing game, and we've had Lon Whitehead on, who is the creator of Top of the Stretch, and that, by the way, is a Richard Hanna port, too. Pitch to Finley. Ground ball to third. Boone across the way. 1 out. For Jay Bell at 224, 3 homers and 11 RBI. Jay looks like he ingested some creamy things the wrong way in that picture, doesn't he? Pitch to Bell. There's a base hit in the left center field. Sadler will pick it up, and Bell will hold with a single. Can I reach the cough drops? I can. Louis Gonzalez at 322, 12 homers and 28 RBI. Imagine hitting 57 homers in a year and finishing third in the home run race. Let's see where I can grab one of these. Okay, cough drop in his mouth. So here's a 1 out pitch to Gonzalez. Up the middle, Pokey with a diving stop. Larkin for 1. There's no throw to first, but Pokey saved a base hit. And they get the veteran Larkin at second. Gonzalez at first. 2 out for Reggie Sanders. 278, 3 homers, and 14 RBI. The Triple Crown files will be coming out next month for both of ASG's horse racing programs. That's awesome. If you haven't listened to our interview with Lon, you should. He talks quite well of Gary Stishin, who is the one that created the Thoroughbred game. Pitch to Sanders. Long gone. That was gone the second he hit it. And all Sadler could do is turn and watch it go, and the Diamondbacks are up 2-0. An absolute no-doubter down the line and left. And if you're wondering why Reggie Sanders is hitting cleanup, well, that's why. And it's 2-0 here in the first. For Mark Grace at 310, 5 homers and 16 RBI. Oops. You'd think I would have remembered to move the ball over to hit instead of showing the home run again. Pitch to Grace. There's a liner in the right center. Rivera will throw it in, but Mark has his 4th double of the year. That'll bring up Damian Miller, 214, 2 homers, and 5 RBI. It probably does not surprise you that teams sometimes pull cameras in replays for local productions of baseball games. Been going on for a long time. Just shared production facilities. Well, one time, the Mets, at some point in the late 70s or early 80s, were at Wrigley Field. And, of course, WGN is producing the, giving the Mets the camera shots. And some Cub kid homered. And the Mets WOR couldn't control the replay. And so they saw the bloody thing about 5 times before Ralph Kiner finally had a few words about the production of that. I mean, it wasn't a big home run, just a Cub home run. Pitch to Miller. There's a ground ball to Retzma towards first, over to Castro, and that will retire the side. Reggie Sanders, however, puts a 2 spot on the board. 2 runs, 3 hits, no errors. After 1, Diamondbacks 2, Reds nothing. John still can't find the angle, however, that shows Giambi was safe at home versus the Yankees. It's kind of like defining what a catch is in the National Football League, isn't it? Here's Ruben Rivera, 161, no homers, and 7 RBI. Johnson starts the second, draws a walk. I got to slow this down a little bit here. So a full count fastball was high and in, and Rivera checked his swing. And that's only the 7th walk of the year allowed by Randy Johnson. Here's Pokey Reese. Pokey will never wear his hat right. Hitting .235, no homers, and 7 RBI. From the stretch, this might be 2. Womack has it. Bell for 1. Jay turns to first. They got it, 6-4-3. I think we never got WGN here in Burlington. We certainly got TBS. Or when I lived in Montpelier, the state capital, and where I've lived in Vermont for the last, 31 years. We certainly got TBS, though. Here's Kelly Sinnett, 220, 3 homers, and 8 RBI. As a kid, we got WGN, TBS, and WOR out of New York. Because goodness knows we couldn't go through the mid-'80s without having 100 Mets games streamed down your throat. I'm not bitter or anything. By the way, the Mets and Rockies tomorrow, noon Eastern. Pitch to Sinnett. Struck him out. Randy got him, and that will retire the side. Fastball that was held onto by Miller, and that will do it. Reds, no runs, no hits, no errors. We go to the bottom of the second, 2-0 Arizona. So Womack, Counsell, and Johnson here in the bottom of the inning. Tony at 286, no homers, and 6 RBI. Retzma starts the inning, a ground ball, right side base hit. And that's the 4th hit for the Diamondbacks. Now bring up Counsell, 409 and 44 at bats, no homers, and 4 RBI. All right. All this computing power just makes everything just super fast. Breakfast baseball. When I lived in New Mexico as a kid, it was great. The early football games on Sunday started at 11 in the morning. And it wasn't my bedtime when the doubleheader ended. It was fantastic. Throw to first, and Womack is back. John watched a lot of TBS in the mid-'80s. It always seemed like Rick Mailer was starting and Jeff Dedman relieved him. And remember, Aunt B finishes second in the Blueberry Cobbler contest. Next on Andy Griffith. Right after the 6-4-3 double play. Pitch to Counsell. Walked him. That was my very bad Skip Carey impression. Here's Randy Johnson. 118, 2 for 17. He's going to bunt here. So Castro and Boone play for the bunt. The cat now is looking at me kind of funny. Oh, yeah. Best part of living on the West Coast, being able to watch the end of Monday Night Football. Even in college, when there was no bedtimes. 10:30 was a long haul for me. Johnson squares, drops it down. Sinnett has it, throws to Reese covering, and it's a 2-4 sacrifice. So second and third, Arizona trying to build on a 2-0 lead. Here's Steve Finley, 0 for 1. Retzma, 9 batters, 29 pitches. Inning in the third, 4 hits. The home run to Sanders and a walk. Pitch to Finley. Ground ball to Reese. Let's see what they want us to do. A Womack. Tony will score. The throw goes to first. It's 3-0 Arizona. So Counsell on third. 2 out for Bell, who singled his first time up. Ground ball to Pokey behind the bag over to Castro, and that will retire the side. Arizona gets 1 run on 1 hit, no errors. We go to the third here at the ballpark, Bank One ballpark, 3-0 Arizona. So Retzma, Sadler, and Castro to face Randy Johnson here in the third. Chris at 083, 1 for 12, and he struck out 11 times. John lived in San Francisco in 95. He'd drop his wife off at work to take the laundry to the laundromat. Was connected to a pub. How smart is that, eh? Would do your laundry and have breakfast and watch football. That sounds like a hell of a Sunday. Is the food any good at the pub? Pitch to Chris. Struck him out. That's 3 for Randy. 1-2 fastball outside on the black. By the way, Bernie, I lost my login information for Discord. So if you're a member of the Digital Dice Discord, I'm not ignoring you. It's going to take a few days for me to figure out how I logged in the last time because it's not the email address I'm used to. Here's Donnie Sadler. He's 0 for 1. Randy opening 9, 37 pitches, 2 1/3 innings, 2 hits, a walk, and 3 strikeouts. Got him, that's 4. An 0-2 fastball at the belt. And that's a good morning and a good afternoon on a 96-mile-an-hour heater. Brings up Castro, who struck out his first time up. Randy's pitch. Good night. That's 5. He swung on and missed a hard fastball, and that'll do it. So Johnson gets the side. We go to the bottom of the third. It's still 3-0 Arizona. So Louis Gonzalez, Reggie Sanders, who homered, and Mark Grace here in the bottom of the third. Louis scored and is 0 for 1. Reached on a fielder's choice. That's long gone. Oh my goodness, he just smashed the daylights out of that. Over the swimming pool and into the seats. For his 13th of the year, measuring 429 yards, or feet. I'm looking at what John wrote about football. I mean, he crushed that one. The young couple swimming around the pool just kind of wonder what the heck just flew over their heads. It wasn't a balloon. It was a Louis Gonzalez home run. And for Chris, it's just not his day. That's the second home run he's allowed. Sanders hit his 4th of the year last time up. Retzma kicks and fires. Ground ball to third. Boone across the way. 1 out. I remember that game, John. John was there as Niners fans were shuffling in to watch a 1 o'clock Niners game. And watched the famous 3rd and 1 and the 4th and 1 with Emmitt Smith versus the Eagles. That was October of 93 in the driving rain at the Vet. The whole bar was cheering. I don't think that Barry Switzer was on Troy Aikman's Christmas card list after that play. Yeah, one of the great things about Action PC Baseball is knowing it's a home run right off the bat. But these have been 2 moonshots. Here's Mark Grace. Grace doubled his first time up. He's 1 for 1. Into left. Sadler will make the catch. 2 out. Damian Miller is 0 for 1. Damian looks like a catcher even with the bat on his shoulder, doesn't he? Yeah, I think the Reds are in trouble. So the regular Wednesday game will be Wednesday at lunch, and it will be the Mets and the Rockies from Coors. Pitch to Miller. There's a base hit into left field. Sadler will pick it up. It really has the feel of a real game. Aaron Boone should have had that one. It's one of the reasons why I like to stream it and call it. Because I very rarely need to read the play-by-play text and know what's going on. Tony Womack, by the way, singled and scored his first time up. 4-0 Arizona here. 2 outs in the bottom of the third. Pitch to Womack. Tony swings. Ground ball to third. Boone goes over to first, and that will retire the side. But another home run. This time Louis Gonzalez. 1 run, 2 hits, and no errors. The Diamondbacks have left on 3. We go to the fourth. It's 4-0 Arizona. So Randy Johnson, kind of now in cruise control, will face Larkin, Ochoa, and Boone. Barry singled his first time up. And he walks Larkin. Second walk for Randy. Brings up Ochoa, who singled his first time up. Reds have 2 hits. Diamondbacks have 6. Got him. Slider swung on and missed. 1 out. So here's Boone. Aaron is 0 for 1. Johnson sets and fires. Gets away from Miller, and Larkin moves up 90 on the wild pitch. So the count is 2-2 to Aaron Boone. Johnson growls and hits him. Boone just goes and takes his base. And that'll bring up Ruben Rivera, who walked his first time up. So first and second, 1 out. 4-0 Arizona here in the top of the fourth. Pitch to Rivera. Got him. That's 7. 0-2 fastball. Took something a little off it, and he swung on and missed. That'll bring up Pokey Reese. Pokey grounded into a double play his first time up. Randy sneers and fires. Struck him out. Got him looking. And so Randy not a happy camper as we go to the bottom of the fourth. No runs, no hits, no errors. It's Arizona 4, Cincinnati nothing. And I haven't quite figured out how to change the themes from dark on light instead of light on dark. So here's your microfiche look at the standings. Florida by 2.5 over the Phillies and the Mets. Atlanta maybe starting to come out of their funk. They're still 8 games out of first. Cincinnati, a half-game lead over the Pirates. 1.5 games over St. Louis. Milwaukee has come back from the dead. Houston, Chicago. Matt would have wanted me to stop this replay a while ago. Colorado and San Francisco are tied for first. Arizona 2.5 back in the NL West. Everybody's within 5. Yeah, this is when the Diamondbacks started to make their move. Took over first place about a week later. Schilling and Randy are just incredible. In the East, the Red Sox still lead by a half a game over the Yankees. Tampa 3 back. In the Central, Chicago is 21-8. Cleveland 20-9. And in the West, Seattle by 6 over Oakland, 7 over Anaheim, and 8 over Texas. So the wild card in the American League right now would be Cleveland. Be Council, Johnson, and Finley here in the fourth. Craig walked his first time up. Chris Retzman struggling. Ground ball to first. Castro, 1 out. Randy had to sacrifice his first time up. Won't get it this time. Ground ball to Pokey in the hole on the right side. Over to first, 2 out. So 2 quick outs for Retzma here in the fourth. Here's Finley. 0 for 2 with an RBI. Retzma opening 18, 52 pitches, 3 2/3. 6 hits, 2 homers, and a walk. Base hit right side. Ochoa will pick it up. So Finley reaches with a 2-out single, 7th hit for Arizona. And that'll bring up Jay Bell, who's 1 for 2. John attended the game at the Bob in 03. Nice part. But those retractable domes just feel very industrial. They've now got the plastic crap on the field here. Felt like I should have been watching a tractor pull or motocross. It's a very 90s stadium. But you need a dome in Phoenix. Pitch to Bell. Jay swings in the left field. Sadler going back. Will find room by the track, and that will retire the side. No run. 1 hit. Diamondbacks leave a runner on after 4-0 Arizona. So it's Stinnett, Retzma, and Sadler to face Randy here in the 5th. And I gotta sneeze. Excuse me. One more. There we go. Kelly struck out his first time up. Randy his fan 8 through 4. The 5th starts with ball 4. So a 3-0 curve high and inside. And that'll bring up the pitcher who struck out his first time up. With nobody out, Council and Grace will play for the bunt. Chris has only thrown 56 pitches. Although he's down 4-0, I don't see why you'd yank him. Stays in the ball game, drops one down. Miller over to Bell, and it goes 2-4 on the card. So 1 out for Donnie Sadler, who struck out and is 0 for 2. So Randy, 76 pitches through 4 1/3, 2 hits. He's walked 3 while striking out 8. Sadler makes it 9. He swings and misses on the 1-2 slider. So 2 out for Castro, who has taken the collar twice. And again, if Randy gets 1 more, it'll be his 6th straight start where he has fanned 10 or more. He kicks and fires, and that's 10. So a snort for Randy as he walks off the mound. Halfway home on a beautiful night in Burlington, Vermont, it is 4-0 Arizona. Well, if you joined us late, here's how we got here. I got a new computer. We set it up. We took some time to get some settings right. And here we are. Reggie Sanders. It was snowing in Vegas today. Wow. Reggie Sanders hit a 2-run homer in the first to make it 2-0 Arizona. In the second, Steve Finley in the fielder's choice to make it 3-0. Then in the third, Louis Gonzalez bombed one over the pool in right center to make it 4-0. Randy Johnson has struck out 10 through 5, a 2-hitter. He's walked 3. Chris Retzma, 4 innings, 7 hits, 4 runs, both earned, 2 homers, and a walk. John says when he remembers when they built it, they said they were inspired by the Polo Grounds. Short down the lines with deep power alleys. That would also explain why there's a dirt path between the pitcher's mound and the plate. Gonzalez homered his last time up, now has 13 on the year. He's 1 for 2. Pitch to Louis, got him. It's the first strikeout for Retzma in the ball game. A 1-2 changeup at 85, got him swinging. So here's Reggie Sanders. He homered in the first, 1 for 2, hits 4 home runs. And drove into 61 and smelled like baseball today in Pennsylvania. It's supposed to be 50 here tomorrow. We got to 40 today. Pitch to Sanders. There's a liner in the right field. Ochoa will pick it up in the alley, and Reggie's gotten himself a single. So the 8th hit for Arizona brings up Mark Grace. Mark 1 for 2 with a double. Bernie, when are you getting the Super Bowl out there? Throw to first, and Sanders is back. Reggie a threat to steal. 4-0 Diamondbacks, bottom of the 5th. He walked him. So we'll see how long the Reds go with Retzma because he hasn't pitched very well. Here's Miller. Damian 1 for 2. Got himself a single. Chris kicks and fires. Ground ball to third. Boone stabs it. It's going to take it to third himself for the only play. So they get the speedy Sanders. You're next. Okay. So Mark Grace and Damian Miller 2 out. So what would happen if it snowed? Obviously, you're indoors, and hopefully you're not using the same grass that was used this weekend or this past weekend in Phoenix. But are they, how capable is that area of handling even light snow with a major event in town? Here's Womack. Tony 1 for 2. He is singled and scored. Pitch from Retzma. Tony strikes out. So Retzma gets out of it. No runs, a hit. The Diamondbacks leave on 2 after 5. 4-0 Arizona. So Randy starts the 6th. It'll be Larkin, Ochoa, and Boone. Barry has singled and walked. He's 1 for 1. And he walks Larkin, so control is not Randy's friend. So here's Ochoa. He has singled and struck out 1 for 2. And Larkin not a threat to go anywhere. Line drive to Womack, and Tony snares it 1 out. Aaron Boone 0 for 1. 77 now here at the Bob. Wind still at 4, blowing in from right. It really almost never sticks. Not really a problem, just a curiosity. Well, you don't really want to have a Dallas problem happen with that, so that's good. Pitch to Boone. Aaron drops that one through the middle for a base hit. Womack should have had it. First and second now for Rivera, who has walked and struck out. He's 0 for 1. 1 out, top the 6th, 4-0 Diamondbacks over the Reds. Got him for number 11. The 0-2 slider, and that'll bring up Pokey Reese. Pokey is 0 for 2 with a strikeout. Randy takes a deep breath. Miller comes out to say a word, and Randy says, just get your butt back behind the plate. Ground ball to third. Counsell across the way to Grace, and that will retire the side. Red strand 2, get a hit, that's it. After 5.5, still 4-0 Arizona. So Counsell, Johnson, and Finley here to face Retzma. Here in the 6th, Craig has walked and is 0 for 1. Right back up the box, Retzma throws over to Castro, a 1 out. Here's Randy. He's 0 for 1. Retzma gets his sign. Ground ball, first base side. Castro will have it. Underhands it to the pitcher. 2 out. So somehow Retzma survived 27 batters. 86 pitches, 5 2/3 innings, 8 hits, 2 home runs, Gonzalez and Sanders. He walked 2 and has struck out 2. Steve Finley is 1 for 3, has singled and drove home his 11th run. Pitch to Steve, liner to Castro, and that will retire the side. No runs, no hits, no errors. Go the 7th here in Arizona, 4-0 D-backs. Bernie says he's been in Vegas for 23 years. Became an Elvis impersonator. He's just a hunk of burning love. Snowed about 5 times in that 23 years. Accumulated 2 to 3 inches on one occasion. Can't ever remember an ice storm. So it's not always hot in the desert unless you go out to those quote-unquote chicken ranches, which aren't legal in Las Vegas. Stenand is 0 for 1. He's got a walk and a strikeout. Johnson starts the 7th with ball 4. So despite the 11 strikeouts, he's just burning through pitches. Walking 5. He's now walked 10 on the replay. Half of those have come in this game. Grayson Council play for the bunt. Sean Casey, the mayor, is going to pinch hit. Casey, 15-game hitting streak. A tough time to come in to take that at bat. Facing Randy Johnson as a pinch hitter. 385, 4 homers, and 31 RBI. So Randy rears back and delivers, and there's a base hit to left. So that will hold at second, and Casey somehow, some way, being thrown to the Wolves, gets that hitting streak extended to 16 games. Here's Donnie Sadler. Donnie is 0 for 3. He has struck out twice. So Randy, 27 batters deep, 111 pitches, 6+ innings, 4 hits, 5 walks, 11 strikeouts. Johnson not very happy. Gets Sadler to swing and miss on a 2-2 curve. 1 out. That's 12 for Randy. Here's Castro. He has taken the collar all 3 times. Ground ball to second. Bell. Womack for 1. And the throw to first is late, so it's a fielder's choice. They get Casey. So runners on the corners, 2 out for Larkin, who is yet to be retired. He is singled and walked twice. 1 for 1. And he walks. So that's the 6th walk for Randy. And they're coming to get him. It'll be... Who's it going to be? All righties. They're going to go with Miguel Batista. The pitching change is game coming to you from Bank One Ballpark in beautiful downtown Phoenix. So Batista is 30. He throws the cutter at 87 and is a ground ball plus pitcher. Making his 8th appearance, he has started twice. He is 1-0 with a save and an earned run average of .33. He picked up that save 3 nights ago against the Mets in a 10-3 win where he went 4 innings through 59 pitches, allowed 4 hits, an earned run, a walk, and 2 strikeouts. So overall, Batista, 27 2/3, 21 hits, just 2 runs, and that was the first earned run he gave up was against the Mets. Has not allowed a home run. He's walked 2 and struck out 12. So here's Ochoa. Alex is 1 for 3. He has singled and struck out. First and second, 2 out, 4-0 Diamondbacks, top of the 7th. Our bases loaded, ground ball to Womack. He goes to Bell, and that will retire the side. Stretch time, 4-zip. Reds will make a change. He'll bring on John Riedling here in the 7th. 25 years old, fastball pitcher at 90 and a fly ball pitcher. 1-0 with a save and an earned run average of .382. Last pitch last night against these Diamondbacks in an 8-2 loss. Went in an inning and a third. 32 pitches. 4 hits, 3 runs, all earned, a homer, and a strikeout. It's a fine time for me to get something in my sinuses now that I need to get some streams in, huh? 30 2/3 innings for John, 25 hits, 13 runs all earned. He gave up the homer, his first of the year last night. He walked 9 and struck out 20. As they Christmas treat him for 3 runs on 4 hits. Bell 1 for 3 to start the bottom of the 7th, has himself a single. Got him, 1 out. So a fastball, checked swing, strike 3. And then I'll bring up Gonzalez. He homered in the 3rd, his 13th of the year. Has now scored twice. He scored on the Sanders homer. Base hit, right center field. Ochoa will cut it off in the alley. And the Gonzalez digging for 2. He's out! A rare time when a runner is thrown out trying to stretch a single into a double. Ochoa has a good arm. It's an 8. And Gonzalez, I think, just trying to take advantage of something. It's kind of like when you play golf. Sometimes when you try to take that inch, it just kind of bites you back and knocks you 2 steps backward. So 2 out now. And nobody on for Reggie Sanders, who had a 2-run homer in the 1st. He is 2 for 3. Pitch from Riedling. Struck him out, so the Reds get out of it clean. No runs, a hit, no errors. We go to the 8th. It's 4-0 Arizona. So 4-9-0 for the D-backs. They have left on 6. No runs, 4 hits, no errors for the Reds. They have left on 10. Aaron Boone, Ruben Rivera, and Pokey Reese for Cincinnati in the 8th. Aaron 1 for 2 with a single. Got him. Batista got him to look at a 1-2 fastball. So here's Ruben Rivera. He has struck out twice and walked. Tomorrow, noon Eastern, 9 Pacific, the first of 3 straight. Hopefully noontime games, unless someone's voice gets worse. And we'll start that with the Mets and the Rockies. And with that, we'll have done all 4 expansion ballparks. We've done Joe Robbie. It's our 2nd time here. We've done Tampa. It's actually not a bad picture of Tampa that is in the game. And so we'll visit Coors. Make sure you bring your Budweiser. Pitch to Michael Tucker's going to pinch hit. 236, 2 homers, and 6 RBI. He does not have a pinch hit. Batista starts the 8th with ball 4. So Tucker reaches on a walk. That brings up Pokey Reese, who's 0 for 3. He is struck out, grounded into a double play. Throw to first. Tucker back. They're going to pinch out. Tucker not going anywhere. So the 1-0 to Reese. Got him! He swung on and missed a 1-2 fastball, 2 out. Brings up Stinnett. Kelly has walked twice and struck out once. He's 0 for 1. Batista trying to finish off what Randy Johnson started, a 4-0 ball game. To 3rd, Counsell across the way. And that will retire the side. We go to the bottom of the 8th here at the Bob. 4-0 D-backs. So Grace, Miller, and Womack to face Riedling. Doesn't that sound like a wine? You expect the Riedling Vineyards to have some reds, some whites, maybe a rosé. Pinot Noir. Something perfect for this day, this Valentine's Day, 2023. Anyway, here's Mark Grace. Mark is 1 for 2. He has doubled and walked. Pitch to Grace. Popped up. Left side. Boone reaches over. And somebody from Scottsdale made that play. And the count is 0-2. Got him. Looking on an 0-2 fastball. So 1 out for Damian Miller, 1 for 3. Got himself a single. Struck him out. Riedling's got 2. He's got a good morning and a good afternoon. A 1-2 fastball swung on and missed. And here's Womack. Tony is 1 for 3. Has singled, struck out, and scored. Into right. Ochoa. And that should do it for the Diamondbacks. No runs, no hits, no errors. We go to the 9th. We'll have a pinch hitter, Sadler and Castro, as Miguel Batista tries to finish off this 4-hitter. Deion Sanders has 1 pinch hit, hitting 167. No homers, 3 RBIs. And a very weird Super Bowl commercial, no? Pitch to Neon. There's a ground ball left side past Womack for a base hit. Counsell should have dove for it. So a leadoff single. The Reds need 4 to tie and 5 to go ahead. See what they do with Sadler. He is 0 for 4 with 3 strikeouts. Stays in the game. Ground ball to Counsell. Might be 2. Bell for 1. And the no throw to first as Sanders did his job. 1 out. For Castro, who was 0 for 4, he has struck out 3 times. Ground ball to Grace. Womack for 1. Can they turn it? No. The throw coming back was late, but Donnie Sadler is retired on a 3-6 fielder's choice. Last chance saloon is Barry Larkin. Excuse me. Who has had a very good day. He has walked 3 times and singled once. He's 1 for 1. Batista struck him out to end the ball game. Got him looking, and the Diamondbacks win this one rather easily, 4-0. So 4 runs, 9 hits, no errors for Arizona. They go to 18 and 15. They leave on 6. The Reds, no runs, 5 hits, no errors, and they leave on 12. Randy Johnson goes to 5-1. He strikes out 12 over 6 2/3. Scatters 4 hits. Batista, a 7-out save. He gave up a hit and walked a batter and fanned 3. Retzma takes the loss. He earned it. 6 innings, 8 hits, 4 runs, all earned. 2 homers, 2 walks, and 2 strikeouts. So the rest of this Tuesday in baseball, May 8th, starts in Detroit. The Tigers beat the Rangers 4-3. Anderson 2-0. Venafro 0-3. Computer's so fast I can't keep up with it. Inge 3 for 4 with a double. Cleveland 13-3 over Kansas City. Lots of stuff on May 8th I got to keep an eye on here. Dave Burba 4-3. Suzuki 1-2. Gonzalez 5 for 5. Juan 5 hits, his 6th of the year, and drives in 3. Oakland beats Toronto 6-5. Mark Mulder 4-1. Esteban Loaiza 1-5. Giambi, one of them anyway, 2 for 4 with 2 doubles. Orioles beat the Devil Rays 5-2. Mercedes 5-2. How you doing, John? Tanyan Sturts is 0-3. Jeff Conine 3 for 4, his 2nd of the year, and drove in 2. The Yankees beat Minnesota 6-4. Mendoza 4-0. Poor Eric Milton. He is 0-6. Bernie Williams 3 for 3, his 4th of the year. Mariners beat the Red Sox at Fenway 7-2. The ageless Jamie Moyer goes to 2-3. Hideo Nomo falls to 2-1. Brett Boone 2 for 4, his 8th of the year, and 2 RBI. Pittsburgh and St. Louis, a pretty meaningful game at Busch. Pirates won 8-3. Wilkins goes to 3-0. Varys 0-2. Giles 3 for 4, his 5th of the year with a triple. The Brewers strike out 16 times thanks to Kerry Wood and company. The Cubs beat them 4-1. Carey goes to 1-2. Is that Ben Sheets 2-3? Gutierrez 3-3. Houston beats Philly 6-5. Billy Wagner gets the win 1-0. Ricky Patalico takes the loss 0-1. Craig Biggio 3-4. Slugfest at Comiskey. Royce Clayton 2 hits, drives in 5. The White Sox have 15 hits. Ray Durham 3-5. His 7th of the year, drives in 4. As the Shy Sox beat the Halos 12-10. Barcelo is 1-1. Lou Holtz, don't know why he's pitching, but he's 0-3. Colorado pounds out 16 runs on 16 hits and sends Kevin Apier back to Rome with a 16-2 win. Pedro Estacio goes to 3-3. Todd Helton 2-3, his 14th of the year, and drives in 3. In the game that we just finished up, Randy Gonzalez strikes out 12. The Reds strike out 15 times. Arizona shut out the Reds 4-0. Retzma, bad loss. Gonzalez 2-4, his 13th of the year. San Francisco 4-2 over Montreal. Alan Embry 1-0. Graham Lloyd falls to 1-5. Barry Bonds is 11th. He went 2-4. San Diego beats Atlanta and Greg Maddux 7-3. Jarvis is 6-1. Maddox falls to 1-3. Dave Magadan, holy New York Met fan, 2-3 with a homer and drives in 3. Last but not least, Brad Penny gets the win. Florida over LA 3-1. Penny 3-3. Trocopic, which sounds like something you'd rub as a hair solution, goes to 1-2. Alfonseca saves his 9th of the year. We got through that without a problem. So tomorrow at noon, it'll be Mike Hampton and Rick Reed, the Rockies and the Mets. Thursday, you get Florida and San Diego. And then Saturday, Oakland and Pedro Martinez. Yep, you are late. We are done. And so tomorrow, it'll be the Rockies and the Mets. Noon Eastern, 9 Pacific from Coors. We have day ball the rest of the week. I think this went relatively well. And if you're interested in how we had to change everything around to make this look good, we'll talk about it tomorrow. Until then, I'm Ron Juckett. Thank you so much for watching. We'll talk to you later. Have a good night, everybody.